Hello everyone and welcome back to Dark Souls Easy Mode. Well, hey, I re-enabled the S-Fix. I'm not sure, it probably doesn't help much with the frame rate. The game's just very poorly ported and I don't have an overpowered computer. So Skyrim at 60 FPS, no issue, but running this at 30, nah, that's kinda difficult. Oh, I one-hit those, nice. Come on, let me pillage, thank you. Just make sure that I didn't get these souls onto my hotbar. And if you just make your way down these stairs very slowly, then you can grab these enemies one at a time. They do spit fire, so if you're not doing as much damage as I am, best keep your distance. But yeah, this works. I'm wondering if I should just ignore the Taurus demon. That's usually the easiest. I guess I should do that. So just go down here and kill these guys off one by one. Again, they're not terribly dangerous. Don't get caught in the fire and then you'll be fine. Now, you can see to my left, just above my head, there's a Taurus demon. And then just above my head right now, there's another one. You can go down this way and along this ledge, and then kind of... you can't really see at this distance, but just above where my head is right now, there's a chest. I spoke last time about that fire ember. This is the other one. Again, I'm not sure. One of them is the Chaos Ember and one of them is the large fire ember. Could go either way, I'm not sure. I think this is the large fire one right here, but I might be wrong. But yeah, if you want that, you're gonna have to go along here, and there will be some of these worms coming out of the wall as well. So be aware of those. There is also going to be one on my right, popping up in a moment. That was way too early, but I'm okay. I'm just running past this Taurus demon because it's the easiest. And then I'm just taking a left here. Don't think he'll follow me. But I'm pretty sure... Do the other guys? No. Okay. So, you remember last time I gave a lot of humanity to the sick old spider lady. The reason I did this is to get this shortcut. This is super useful and allows you to skip a bunch of boss fights. And, yeah. It's just nice to have. So down here, actually I should probably switch to a faster weapon. I should still have the longsword, right? I just want to check how much damage that does, because it is a lot faster than the Zweihander. And this is sufficient to one-hit KO these guys. They can drop sunlight medals, by the way, so if you're offline, but you still want the benefits of the Warriors of Sunlight Covenant, like the miracles you can get from that, then you can farm sunlight medals right here. Okay, and then we want to touch this door. This will only work from this side if you have given at least 30 humanity to the Spider Lady, the Daughter of Chaos. Otherwise this will not open. It will only open from the other side, basically. Oh, even an R1 is enough. Now there's a bunch of these things here, and this one, you might notice, kind of trying to get a view from the front, but it tries to run away. This has glowing red eyes. This is really the only one that matters. If you kill this, you get the Sunlight Maggot. It's a guaranteed drop. And what this item does is it's a headpiece, and it sheds light. Now it doesn't really matter here, this is not a very dark place, but there will be a place coming up where you should be very grateful that you have this light source. And I'll get into it once we're there, which I mean. And I'm probably missing this crystal lizard. Actually, no. This is so nice. Crystal lizards in this game are a lot easier to hit. I've played a bit of Dark Souls 2 with a friend again recently, And if you haven't gotten the right weapon, then you cannot kill these guys. You just don't hit them. And they go into hiding a lot quicker in Dark Souls 2, and they don't reset if you leave the game, so you have to go to the next bonfire and respawn all the enemies. Now that in itself wouldn't be too bad, but just the way the hitboxes work. I know I was on some specific starting class, I don't remember which one, but the weapons I had up to that point, none of them could actually hit this thing really. It ran into a corner. I'm talking about one specific one, and the only animations I had that would actually hit it at that sort of low elevation, they would just hit the wall and not hit the lizard. It was really frustrating trying to get the lizard down. I had to buy a new weapon that was kind of not very strong and sort of whittle it down and hope, and eventually I got it, but it took 7 or 8 attempts. So I really prefer how the hitboxes work in Dark Souls 1 for that. Okay, next. This is the really the only tough enemy you encounter along this way. This is a Titanite demon, and okay, unlike his friends that we've encountered so far in the game, well, let's just say this guy's a lot tougher. But yeah, you can just run past him. Running zigzags because he has ranged attacks and he does use them on occasion. There we go. See? But yeah, he doesn't follow very far, so that's fine. Oh yeah, before I forget, he is the only Titanite demon in the game that respawns. So you need their drop, the Demon Titanite, to upgrade special boss weapons, which you could have made, or you can make at the giant blacksmith in Anno Londo. I'm sure I've shown you that one. And those are upgraded using Demon Titanite. And this is the only Titanite demon that respawns, so if you want to farm more than there are otherwise available in the game, you will need to repeatedly kill this guy. He is the toughest Titanite demon in the game. I think he is as powerful as the one in the actual city of Anno Londo, or he might be even a little bit stronger. But he's definitely stronger than any I've shown you so far. Now, there's a fairly nasty trap here. Well, not fairly nasty, but there's a trap here. See this glowing white thing there? Oh, you want to run for it. Can't really tell, but yeah, the ground's not exactly stable. And then you fall down, and it's a bit tedious to get out of there. The lighting is not ideal right now, but you can see there's monsters down there. I'll show you a better view of one of them in a moment. On the other hand, they're not terribly dangerous because you can pelt them with arrows. And then also down there is a red slab, so if you want to upgrade a fire or chaos weapon to the highest level, then this is where you can get the item required for that. And yeah, this is what these monsters look like. Fairly weird. They have a grab attack as well, which you don't want to get hit by. Just trying to find out where I am at right now. I know where to go, but trying to think if there's anything else I want to show you here. Don't think so. Up here is a fairly nasty enemy. You do want to interrupt her before she casts any of her pyromancy, because she does a lot of damage with it. For some reason she drops a catalyst even though she only uses pyromancy, but you know, it's the way it is. If you're human and you've defeated Kirk in the previous 2 encounters, this would be the 3rd location where Kirk spawns. I don't really want anything from Kirk though, so I'm not going to actually do those encounters. I've told you where they are. If you want to fight him, just go human in these locations and he will spawn. Now, on for the final boss of this area. This is how much you can skip by getting that shortcut. It's really convenient. I might eventually show you the other bosses that I've skipped. They're not too bad, and you might want to know how to fight those as well, even though there's not really anything specific I can tell you about them. But yeah, this boss here is by far the worst boss in the game. Not in terms of difficulty, but in terms of how poorly it's designed. So I will show you a fairly cheap way to have a very easy time with this boss. I might still die. It's not completely idiot-proof. I know I have died using this method as well, but it's fairly simple. Actually, let me put more... No, that's fine, actually, that's fine. So you slide down this ramp. You notice I don't have a weapon equipped right now. I don't need one right now. Now, what this boss has is that the first phase is not really attacking its health bar. And the health bar is kind of meaningless anyway. So the first thing you do is you just run along here to the right. I would suggest the right first. It's just the way I always do it. And then you just roll into these branches here and just keep rolling until you get a cutscene. Now, I get a cutscene. I'll show you this cutscene. Essentially, you have to destroy 2 orbs to his left and to his right, and then you can attack the boss proper. So this is the first orb. I always go with this one first. I find it's easiest. You can go for the other side as well first. You might be faced with some different problems there, I don't know, but yeah, this is definitely something that works. Okay, so obviously the boss gets a bit angry because you've just killed one of its... I don't know what those are. So yeah, really don't feel in the mood for this fight anymore. I'm quitting the game. So if you do this in any normal boss fight where you just fight an enemy that's standing there or walking around, whatever, then quitting out will put you in front of the boss fog gate and the boss will be at full health again. The same is technically true for this boss, except it's not about the health. Because I've killed the orb and the game actually saves that. It doesn't... any damage I would do to the actual boss doesn't get saved, but damage done to the orb, that is somehow maintained. So I don't have to go through this again. And then I just run over to the left here. Now you'll notice the ground kind of, well, dropping. Stick to the wall and you'll be fine. And then you get yourself into this corner here. And now I get out my longbow. And I maneuver myself all the way back into the corner. I'm completely safe here, the boss won't do anything. And now I just need to shoot the branches. Might take a few attempts until I get it right. Basically, as long as you still see branches falling off, you're fine. If you're shooting at a location and the branches are no longer breaking, then you need to readjust your aim because you need to hit a fairly specific spot to get the second orb to break, which I've done right now. So this will make the boss really angry. And once again, I'm too old for this. And again, this will put me in front of the fog gate. Only this time, both orbs will have been destroyed. Okay. Now let's traverse the light. Now there's something I would suggest, which I will also be doing. I'm going to slide down, and if something specific doesn't happen as I slide down, I'm just quitting out again. Okay, that's it. If you get this firestorm on the ramp, then you're set. If you don't, just quit out and start over. Okay, now I want to get closer so he starts sweeping. No, that's not the sweep I want to see. Come on, sweep. Okay, right after the sweep, I run forward. Drop down here. This might take a few tries to get right. And this is exactly what I was trying to avoid. Basically, by getting the firestorm on the ramp, it's less likely that you get it down here. It can still happen. And this is the actual boss. Oh, come on. It has exactly 1 HP. So, yeah. This is how you do this. It is fairly cheap the way I've done it, but it really is not a fun boss fight otherwise, because it involves jumping over instant kill drops, and the platforming in this game is fairly shite, and the boss's attacks are a bit bad. It's just a gimmick puzzle fight, and this is, to my mind, the easiest way to solve that puzzle. There's another trick that speedrunners use that sort of involves using firebombs to destroy the orbs from somewhere. Don't know the exact location, but basically you can stand yourself somewhere around here and then throw a firebomb to the left and one to the right, but the other way around, the right and the left. And if you throw them just right, you'll hit both orbs. And the third phase will trigger, which is when you can damage the actual boss. But you'll actually already be right in this location where you're safe from many of the attacks except for the firestorm. But yeah, this is the way I would recommend doing this boss. Don't even feel bad about it. This boss is really poorly made. In the game code, they found that the initial plans for this boss were quite different. It was meant to be similar to other boss fights, where it's just some sort of big thing running around the arena and pursuing you and attacking you, and you would have to, dodge and find an opening and attack back. And instead they've gone for this boss design, which I find fairly poor. The most annoying thing, in fact, is that these drops here are all completely fatal drops. So it's not, there's actually something, I don't know in which video, but I think one of the Let's Drawn Out videos that Yahtzee did, the guy who makes zero punctuation videos, he was discussing with a friend how to improve this boss fight, and one thing which I kind of agree with that they came up with is that they should not be fatal drops. You should be dropped into some sort of lower arena area, which might be crawling with monsters or something. It should be a punishment of some kind. But it shouldn't just be an insta-kill, because then you have to run back all the way to this this boss fight. Okay. It's a fairly easy way to beat this area. There's 2 bosses that I've skipped, which I might show you at a later point. I haven't decided yet. The plan of this is kind of to show you how to get through the game and probably the DLC the quickest. But I might still show you at least most of the bosses. I'm still not 100% sure which one I do. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, basically. Okay, so at this point we've got 2 of the Great Lord Souls. The next one that I tend to get is Grave Lord Nito. So, actually, can I check how many? I have 10 chunks, a bunch of shards. I want to maybe upgrade my longbow a little bit. Firstly, let me level up, actually. Okay, my endurance needs to go higher. 37, that's good. And then I will actually warp to... Where's a good place to go? Chamber of the Princess would work. I'm trying to think where else I could buy what I'm looking to buy. Nothing else springs to mind. Let's go for Chamber of the Princess. I'm just looking to upgrade my longbow to plus 10, I guess. Yeah, plus 10 should be fine. Maybe I'll go plus 14, because chunks aren't that difficult to get, but yeah. I've obviously shown you where to get chunks, and also slabs. Titanite chunks and Titanite slabs for the standard upgrade path, that is. I'm not sure if I mentioned it at the time, actually, since I'm just running around here at the moment. I might as well say it now. In the crystal cave, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it, but again, I'm not 100%. Oh hey, what? Oh yeah, it's the arrow wielding guy, the bow wielding guy. They can only drop the arrows. The big butterflies in the crystal cave, they can drop blue titanite slabs. So those are a renewable source of them. And those sort of vacuum cleaner strange monster things that I've showed you in Izalith, those weird looking, I don't know. To me they look a bit like a vacuum cleaner because they've got those tube things. Anyway, those guys can drop red titanite slabs. They can also drop some other stuff, but they can definitely drop red slabs. Okay, he wants the crystal ember, which we might as well give to him. He can make crystal weapons with that. I would not recommend ever going crystal. Crystal weapons cannot be repaired, so basically when the durability's out, the weapon's gone. You can upgrade them again to basically repair them. So you can make the weapon crystal. That'll get its durability filled up. You can then use it until it's broken, and then make it crystal +1 and use it until it's broken again. But once you've reached crystal +5, you cannot go any further, so if the weapon's broken then, tough luck. And you cannot downgrade again, so it's just a useless weapon then. Anyway, I wanted to use some souls. This is something they've made a lot easier in Dark Souls 2. Nope, here. Because in Dark Souls 2, instead of using each soul individually, I could have just gone use all these souls. At least all the souls of a specific kind. I could have used all my large souls of a Proud Knight in one animation. Okay, I probably need a bit more. Let's go for the Soul of a Brave Warrior. I do have a Firekeeper soul, I suspect. Yeah. Okay, let me just purchase item. I need 7 of those. Is probably actually more than I need, and yeah, 4 of those. Okay, now Homeward Bone. This will get me back to Firelink. Then I want to talk to Big Snaky Dude. Wake up.
No, I'm fine.
And again, it doesn't matter how powerful the attack is that you use to wake him up. Doesn't matter at all. He's not going to get angry. I want to feed you a Titanite chunk. By feeding him a chunk, he has broken it down into, I believe, 2 large shards. And now I want to warp to Undead Parish. This is all I'll be doing for the rest of the episode, by the way, upgrading the longbow a bit. Yeah, that's all. And I do believe I'll need a few more souls, but one of these probably will be enough. Maybe not, we'll have to see.
Well.
Okay, reinforced weapon, longbow. Yeah, we should be fine. Okay, then modify equipment, make it into a +6. And then once again reinforce. I should clean up my inventory actually. And modify again, nope, right here. Make it into a longbow +10. +11 actually, sorry. And then we reinforce. I think I can go +14. And I can always farm more chunks if I need to.
Don't get yourself not.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next time we'll go down to the catacombs and explore that place. For now though, I will actually just, before I forget, warp to Firelink. And then rest at Firelink. And reinforce my Estus Flask. Okay. That's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.